Very cool. Very cool. I have two final questions, big picture cryptocurrency questions that Douglas, we like to ask a lot of our guests that come on the show. So if you were investing, or how would you invest $1,000 in cryptocurrency today if you were newly coming into the space? Or maybe if your son, 18 years old, he's like, Dad, I'm trying to get into crypto. How would you do it?
Well, my son's been in crypto for a while. He's been super excited about it. I think that, yes, I think that if you were to get into it, I think that really there's two big boys, and that's obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum for the newbie when you come in. And I'd say it's probably like a 60-40 or 80-20, 70-30 split where you've got the majority Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum. Now, Ethereum hasn't done a catch up yet. I think Ethereum could go much higher. I agree with the story that it could be in 5 figures for sure, but not today, not tomorrow, but certainly it's going to have that march higher once other folks get behind it and gas prices start getting more expensive. You know, it's like if I could go to the gas pump when it's trading at $1 and put it all in cans and keep it for a later day, I would. And so that's what I think about with Ethereum. With Bitcoin, I just know that the adoption's coming, and it's coming steadily, and it's coming, all the time. And the other thing is, you don't have to put $1,000 into it at once. Instead, what I'd do is I'd say, you know what, buy $50 every single day. Just do that on a steady basis. So you've got this sort of like, this is what the institutions do. They don't come in and buy $1.5 billion right now. They buy, $1 every single minute. And that way you get a nice weighted average. And that's how we do it in currency markets too. So just weight your average. But at the same time, you don't have to invest all at once. Just get a taste. You go to somewhere like Coinbase today, you can also learn about things. You can watch videos. I know I'm telling you to go to the competition, but we're not live yet. But go to the videos and you can read about what Graph is, or you can read about all of these different projects, and you can just start getting into the rabbit hole. And then start getting Twitter, start following all the folks you think you should follow on Twitter. So you've got that running stream of information. Go on Clubhouse and start watching and listening to all of these. Just walk into rooms and listen, ask questions. And then start following guys like yourselves, where you come in there and you get that education on a daily basis. Look, my son doesn't get his education from me. He gets it from YouTube. And that's the reality for anyone that's 18 years old. It's either from YouTube or it's from TikTok. No one listens to their father anymore. And so that's where the education is. That's where people learn things. And that's where you should go, because you're going to learn stuff quickly and fast doing it in that manner. And there's lots of different projects out there, but I wouldn't jump into the projects first. First, I'd have a little taste of the Bitcoin, just so you can play in it and watch it and get a feel for it. Because once you're in, once you've set up that e-wallet, you're going to be in again and again and again and again. The hardest hurdle that I find is convincing someone to open up an e-wallet. They're like, what are you talking about? And I'm not talking about a Trezor, or I'm not talking about anything, or a Moo wallet. I'm talking about just opening up a wallet somewhere, because they're used to always getting money put in their bank and securities put over at their E-Trade. And so opening up something else is to them sort of new. Then they worry, what if I lose my password? Well, look, don't lose your password.
And what coins does your son like? Do you know? Obviously he likes Doge if he gets a lot of information on TikTok.
He's not touching Doge. He's got Ethereum and Bitcoin, and that's it. And if he ever veers away, he gets a stern glance from me. But look, I'm happy. And Bitcoin's more about just Bitcoin and money. It's about learning about saving. Because you get kids, and kids just want to take money and they just want to spend it. And he'd rather spend it, oh, I need this new stereo, I need this, I need these headphones. And if you say to him, look, why don't you hold off, invest in this, there's a possibility that in a couple of weeks' time, you could buy 3 sets of headphones. And once he's seen that once or twice over the course of a month, or he's seen a downdraft of 20 to 30%, and then it come back in so he gets his confidence behind him again, or her, that's the sort of thing I think that's important. Is you've got to, one, let people get used to the volatility. 2, make sure they have a position size that they can afford to lose. And 3, though, it teaches saving, and it teaches monetary economics. It teaches you the fact that, the bank is screwing you up. It teaches you the fact that there is a way to save, and when I see him and he scrimps based off of the money I give him each month, and he saves a bit and he throws it into Bitcoin or Ethereum, it gives me a little bit of pride, because now I know he's saving. Because when I told him to put it in the bank, it never went in the bank. It went on to candy, I don't know what it went on, but it disappears very, very quickly when you've got teenage kids. And so now I'm actually seeing it grow, and seeing something grow and seeing your kid talking about how he doesn't want to spend, instead he wants to save. That gives me a great amount of pride.
Very cool.
But crypto does that, right? Once you get into it, you think about, do I really need that flash car? Or maybe I should put it into Bitcoin and trade the crappy car, because I could buy 10 flash cars tomorrow. And I think that people think like that in crypto. In the early days of crypto, it was let me buy a pizza, right? Or let me buy a Lambo. And now I think the guys that bought a Lambo when it was trading at $16,000 are now kicking themselves because they could have bought the whole dealership. And no one wants to be the pizza guy. And this is why I say no one spends Bitcoin. Why would you spend Bitcoin on coffee? You don't want to be the pizza guy. You want to be the guy that's sitting there by the time you're 65 and say, you know what? Did pretty good on that. Did pretty good. And if you didn't, so what? It wasn't a big enough chunk for you to worry about. Don't ever invest what you can't afford to lose, and don't ever invest what you're not, don't ever invest in an amount whereby if there's volatility, you're gonna be worrying about it. Just make sure you put in enough so that you can sleep at night and you're not worried, you don't have to check it every 2 seconds. If you're checking every 2 seconds, position's too big.
Yes, great perspective. Make sure you watch the full conversation. There's a link down below in the description, and click subscribe. We drop a video every single day demystifying the cryptocurrency market. You do not want to miss one. See you tomorrow.